Captain America: Brave New World. We have our first official trailer for that movie coming out in February. So I thought we'd take a look at that real quick and react to it and let you guys know what we think about it. So let's check it out.
Wilson. Thanks for coming in.
Well, thank you for the invite, sir. I have to admit, I'm still getting used to the new look.
They said lose the mustache or lose the election. You and I haven't always agreed in the past, but I want to make another run at making Captain America an official military position.
And if we disagree on how to manage this situation, then what happens?
Work with me, Sam. We'll show the world a better way forward.
Sir, your inner circle's been compromised. Either you can't see that, or you don't want to. What if it's a trap?
Global power is shifting. You're just a pawn.
You may be Captain America, but you're not Steve Rogers.
You're right. I'm not.
So yeah, that last shot was obviously the money shot. As you couldn't tell from Brandon's reaction to that. Our first official look at the Red Hulk with Harrison Ford taking over the role from William Hurt, who sadly passed away. Yeah, he's taking over the role of Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, who we all know in the comics becomes the Red Hulk for sure, experimenting with the super soldier serum and stuff that he was trying to learn how Bruce Banner got the Hulk powers and stuff like that. So we're going to be getting a lot more Hulk stuff in this for sure. And it looks like Harrison Ford, as the president of the United States, could very well be one of the villains of this movie. At least to start. I think in the comics, did Red Hulk become a little bit of a hero as well? I believe at some point.
Well, it was like an anti-hero type.
An anti-hero thing.
Venom.
I got you.
Venom ends up being part of the Thunderbolts at some point too. I mean, if you think about all of the characters that are part of the Thunderbolts, they're more or less villains, but not like super villains type shit. I guess with the exception of Venom, because he was a menace. So, but the other ones kind of like they're bad, but doing good things for the right reason.
I got you. Oh, I know. Watching this trailer, I really got Winter Soldier vibes from this. Obviously, tying in a little bit to Civil War with Sam's relationship with Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, with the Sokovia Accords and all the stuff, the tension going on there, whether or not they can trust the government. So a lot of good things that they're pulling together there. Also,
sounds familiar.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of that kind of going around right now in the world, so it's kind of fit in very nicely with the current political climate for sure when it comes to the movie. This is obviously a collaboration of all the first posters for the Captain America movies that have come out thus far. So yeah, especially in regards to Winter Soldier, there it's definitely echoing that a lot in this with just the shield only for the most part. And of course, like I said, the money shot of the trailer was, of course, Red Hulk here. Dropping Captain America's shield. Now, if he's going to be going up against something like this, you would think that eventually in this movie, Sam Wilson will have to take that super soldier serum, right?
I mean, you would think, because I don't know, hits. Why? I don't know. I can't remember if he's just as strong as actual Hulk.
I've heard in ways he's actually even harder to handle, like more rage.
Yeah, because he runs off of anger.
Right. So. Exactly, and that kind of isn't that sort of like a Green Lantern thing a little bit too, different colors with
motions. Yeah,
exactly. So that could be something they do with that too. And of course, there was a line in the trailer where Thunderbolt Ross is like, yeah, you're Captain America, but you're no Steve Rogers, kind of hinting at the fact that he is not a super soldier. So yeah, could that very well be part of the storyline?
Also, for him trying to do things, I mean, because that's probably the first time after that line has been spoken where you'll see the wings. So. It's probably one of those kind of like motivational, tough love kind of speeches where he says, and you're no Steve Rogers. you know, you got to do Captain America your way.
Yeah, and he did a pretty good job of that as well in the Falcon and Winter Soldier Disney Plus show as well. I thought kind of
yeah,
doing
he
it on
did.
his own. So yeah, I mean he's kind of got a little bit of that too, but it may take that even one step further when it comes to the storyline. Now I don't necessarily think the President Ross will necessarily be the big bad in the movie because obviously we now also know. I don't know if you remember this guy here. He was one of the characters in the Incredible Hulk movie with Edward Norton back in 2010, who had tried to help Bruce Banner in that movie kind of figure out what was going on with his blood. And at the end of that movie, the Hulk raged out and he knocked him to the ground, and he got a little bit of Hulk's blood on his forehead, which then he smiled at the camera as his face and head began to expand. And in this movie, Captain America Brave New World, he will be the leader in this movie, and he will be the main antagonist of the film, in my opinion. So in that case, he's the one probably pulling the strings. But yeah, I like the red, white, and blue here for sure of the Falcon wings and stuff like that. And obviously, we see him cut through the wings of a fighter jet in this as well. And I don't know if any of you guys watched the Eternals movie or not. I probably didn't think Horton did.
I did.
Okay, well, that
we tried to. She fell asleep, but I watched it.
Of course, I did.
To be fair, it wasn't everybody's cup of tea. That movie didn't really hit well with audiences, but there's element of that movie a lot of fans were thinking that they may have forgotten, and that is of course the Celestial coming out of Earth at the end of that movie with his arm extending. There is a quick shot of potentially going back to that location where that Celestial god is coming out of Earth that the MCU supposedly forgot, but is in this trailer. So it's just a small little snippet. A lot of fan theories out there talking about how that could be the origin of adamantium in the MCU, since Fox had the rights to that for a long time. Potentially, maybe adamantium is something that Thunderbolt's Ross is trying to get a hold of because it can maybe, dampen the radiation from gamma radiation to make him a Hulk. Maybe that's potentially the storyline they're going to be going with here. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. But all things considered, I ain't going to lie to you. This excited me.
This is a beautiful shot.
This was an outstanding trailer for Marvel, in my opinion, especially with all the criticism they've taken over the last few years with the Marvels not hitting too well and a few other movies and things like that. I think this is something along with Deadpool and Wolverine that could really get them back on the right track. So is your excitement level any more for this now?
I honestly got pumped up for this, like after this trailer, after I did when I saw the first Panther trailer. As it being a character that about, but not everybody knows about. So now you're excited to see him on the big screen. And I love the way Anthony Mackie played him in Captain America Winter Soldier, or Falcon and Winter Soldier.
They ended up kind of renaming it by the end. So yeah, technically, yeah.
But I loved that. So Anthony Mackie as Falcons has been doing it for me. So I'm good with it.
As long as they let him kind of, make it his own, as we've talked about here. And going back to this just for a split second, there is big, heavy rumors that Mark Ruffalo's Hulk will also be in this movie, and this will potentially set up. They've already said it's going to set up building the new Avengers as well. On top of this, could set up World War Hulk, the MCU's version of that comic book, where there'll be a bunch of different Hulks going to battle with each other. So if that's the case, yeah. Thank you for checking out this clip from the Dragon's Den podcast. If you like what you saw here, please consider checking out our live podcast almost every single Friday night here on the channel at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And until our next video, guys, take care and God bless.